Hello everybody, my name is Olivia, and I did not think that I was going to be able to film this video today. I thought it wasn't going to happen, I thought I wasn't going to have time, but it just so happens I have a little time on my hands. So I am filming this video to share a little experience that happened to me yesterday. And it was really pretty exciting. So I am excited to talk about it. So yesterday night, I had the opportunity to see the 2004 Polar Express animated movie in the movie theaters. My local theater was doing a little special, and they were playing this movie on the big screen. I managed to convince one of my friends, who really does not like this movie, to come see it with me, and we overall ended up having a good time. Now, for most college students, December, at least the first part of December, is all about finals. Yay! And then you get to go home, and then you get to enjoy Christmas. So, for myself personally, for the whole month of December up until now, I have not been feeling very Christmassy. Obviously, I feel like as you get older and you are morphing into adulthood, Christmas starts to feel a little bit different because you are not a kid anymore and you are on this other side of the spectrum experiencing Christmas. So I find that it takes me longer for it to actually feel like Christmas. But this year, the Polar Express is saving my Christmas. Because up until last night, like I said, I was not feeling very Christmassy. But once I saw this movie, oh my god, I am full of Christmas spirit. The only music I've been listening to is Christmas music. I have been watching YouTubers' Christmas celebration videos. Oh, it is all going so much better, and I am so happy. I am so full of Christmas spirit. How exactly is the Polar Express saving my Christmas? So I would like to explain this phenomenon to you, whoever is watching this. So I am going to assume that you, the viewer, know the story of the Polar Express. Polar Express was originally a book that was published in 1985 by Chris Van Allsburg, who is just a children's author and illustrator. So I actually have my copy of the Polar Express, just without the sleeve. And after I saw the movie last night, I went home and I dug this bad boy out and I read the whole thing. So the movie adaptation came out in 2004, and Tom Hanks, as you might know, plays 6 of the characters in this movie, which is quite impressive. He quite literally Lin-Manuel Miranda'd the whole thing because he also executively produced this movie. So he produced it and he played a bunch of characters, which is quite funny. And I didn't quite know that. I knew he played the conductor, but like, he's Santa, he's the hobo, he's the boy when he's both young and older narrating. A lot going on there with Tom Hanks. And the movie is actually a very faithful adaptation of the book. If you've never read the book, but you enjoy the movie, I highly recommend checking the book out, because a lot of the visuals in the movie are actually direct references to the book. It's a pretty dramatic spin on this book. But overall, the message that the book tells about believing in Christmas and all this fantastic stuff remains very faithful. So I am just going to keep talking about things that happened during the movie that I liked, and then I will get into the reason as to why this movie is saving my Christmas this year. Another thing that happened seeing it in theaters, live per se, was that during the movie, right before the hot chocolate scene, the movie paused So I thought the movie literally broke. Like, I thought there was something going on. Like, I thought it broke. But they paused the movie, and then the movie theater workers started walking around with trays of hot chocolate, and they came around and gave each person in the theater a cup of hot chocolate, which I thought was very nice and very kind. Like, they did not have to go out of their way to do that, but they did to make this experience probably more for the children in the audience. To make this experience special for them. And it made it special for me too. And I really, really enjoyed that. I thought it was a very nice touch. Something else that I really, really like about this movie is the train itself. I really like trains. I know absolutely nothing about them. I don't really know how they work. I don't really know their history. I just think they are such a marvel of human engineering, and I love them. I love trains. I have unfortunately never been on a steam engine, but that is a #life goal, I guess. But one of the things that I love about traveling on the train is the anticipation of the train approaching, and then also standing directly next to the train as it pulls in. Or if there's a train passing by that's going super fast, I love standing close to it and just like feeling the rumble of the train on the tracks and stuff like that. So in one of the very first scenes in this movie where the boy is in his room and the Polar Express appears and it just rumbles past his window, feeling that in theaters was like, oh my god. Like, they did it. They captured what it feels like to like feel the excitement of like a train pulling into the station. And then with like how mysterious it is with all the steam and the smoke and the mist and the snow and like the lights from the train reflecting off the snow. Oh my god, it was so good. I have seen this movie before, but it's been a long time. And I don't remember all of these specific little details. And yeah, unfortunately, the animation is not the greatest sometimes. But overall, it's fairly well done. With the lighting, the atmosphere of the train, that kind of stuff. It's very good. And continuing with the theme of trains, I was sat in this theater watching the end of this movie, and then Tom Hanks, as the conductor, just pulls up with this banger of a quote that I actually love so much.
One thing about trains, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on.
One thing about trains, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on. Oh, guys, I genuinely thought that this was a quote from the book Like, I heard him say that and I was like, oh, this, this is ripped directly from the book. But I went home and I read the book, and it is unfortunately not. I love this quote. I was sat in the theaters and I genuinely started tearing up because I am terrified of the future. I always have been, and I probably always will be. But I am very scared of the future. I'm not necessarily scared of growing up or getting older, but I'm scared of, like, you know, where my life is gonna go, what I'm gonna do with my life. And as a college student, I'm a little afraid I'm not picking the right path that is correct for me. So I'm very scared of that. But just hearing this quote, especially coming from such a well-known and kind actor who does a lot of work with children's media, just hearing it from Tom Hanks made it feel so heartfelt and genuine, especially to someone like me. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where my train is going, where my path in college is going, where my path in life is going. What matters is that I am on this train and I am actively trying. I am simply just riding the train and going through school and going through life. And that is enough to be experiencing and trying. And it feels like such a relief to hear that quote, honestly. So now finally, what do I really mean by this movie is saving my Christmas? Like I kind of mentioned at the beginning of the video, Christmas doesn't really start for me until I watch that one thing or hear that one song that reminds me that, oh yeah, it's Christmas. And it's a time for joy and celebration and being with family and being with friends. And I know it's a very capitalistic holiday, but you know, I usually don't end up buying gifts for my friends. I have the tools and the ability to make gifts for my friends, so it's about making stuff for others, writing notes, letting people know how much you care about them. And I've kind of noticed that there's this pattern of this happening over the past couple years. I think the last time this happened was in 2022 when I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time, a fantastic movie about humility and life and Christmas. And before that, I saw Home Alone for the first time in 2021. Very late to the game, I am aware. But that is about family and love and endurance in hard times, you know? And then the time before that was probably Klaus in 2019 when it first came out. The thing about all these movies that they have in common, The Polar Express, It's a Wonderful Life, Home Alone, Klaus, is that Christmas really is what you make it. Christmas is about you. It's about what you do and what you believe and your Christmas spirit. The only person who can make Christmas special for yourself is you. It's your choice to believe in Santa Claus or Christmas spirit and stuff like that. It's your choice to be there for your family. It's your choice to step up and make hard decisions. And I feel like as I get older, that's something I'm okay with. But it's nice to have these reminders in the form of fantastic films. I think that all of these films are great and they hold a very special message. Go watch all of these, please. I don't really know why I'm making this video. I am not really someone who is like super enthusiastic about Christmas. I like it well enough and, you know, I like the atmosphere, but I'm not, you know, I'm not crazy about it. The contrast of how I was feeling before I saw The Polar Express and afterwards about just the Christmas spirit was so different. I As of right now, it is the day before Christmas Eve, so I am very excited for the next couple of days, and I just wanted to share that with you, whoever is watching this. So, yeah, I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas this year, and you get to spend all the time with your family that you want to, and you get all of the wonderful gifts that you want to as well. So Christmas is about you, and I hope that you make it a good one.